Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland Reviewer, and welcome to Lost in the Wasteland. And this is my interview show, and because I need to fill up some content going into my honeymoon, I'm going to be doing my third round of actually answering these questions myself, so I hope you all enjoy my answers to these questions that I get to ask everybody else. Now, the first question is, if you had an open day, what would be the theme of your movie marathon? And I actually do this every year for my birthday. And it's not a specific theme, but it's my favorites. And I think if I'm going to take the time to celebrate my birthday, I want to watch my favorite movies. And I always pick one of the Lord of the Rings films, Shrek 1 or Shrek 2, The Road Warrior, Mad Max Fury Road. I usually choose between like 2001: A Space Odyssey, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and like Ben-Hur, one of them, because they're longer movies and they're going to take up more time. Already watching one of the Lord of the Rings films, so. And then you throw in some wild cards like Big Lebowski. I even watched Hot Fuzz this past year because I was just feeling it, honestly. But I really love watching my favorites. No Country for Old Men's definitely a mainstay because just love that film. And being able a chance to watch all your favorites, especially because I watch so many movies and I'll watch anything, there's a decent chance I'm going to watch something I'm not going to like. And sometimes it's just nice to be like, I'm going in comfortably knowing I'm going to love this movie. And I'm going to love all these movies all day long. So that's what my favorite marathon is. Now, if I had a friend who had never seen a movie before, what would I show them? I have two thoughts here. One, I would show them Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, because I really do believe that the Lord of the Rings films are the most well-balanced films, period. In terms of, it just does, they just do everything perfect. And you might not be super into fantasy and stuff like that, but like this, from all the different technical aspects, the acting, the writing, just everything just comes together. But also, thinking about a movie that has everything, The Princess Bride. Because it literally has romance and action and comedy. There's some horror elements, scary, those rodents of unusual size. And like just all of the different things that they just throw in here. And it's just such a perfectly balanced film. And I feel like that would be something that could both of them are fantasies and could capture the wonder of like what film could be. Now, if you could pick one film to get a sequel, what would it be? And it's going to be real easy for me to be like, I want the Nice Guys to get a Nice Guys 2, because like, I think most people who have seen it absolutely love it to pieces and want to see a sequel. And honestly, that might be my pick. But here's one that I've been sitting on very personally because I love these films, and it's the Hellboy films. I want Hellboy 3. Give Guillermo del Toro his $150 million he wants for it. Just let him do it. Just do it. Just Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers should do it, because new management at Warner Brothers, I don't think they'll do it. Up until then, you probably could have got away with it. Now, what is a film from your childhood which you haven't watched in years, but that you would love to rewatch? Is one that I was talking about with my brother is Little Nemo, which is an anime that I used to watch a lot as a kid. But also, I was just had my wife on here and talking about all those Don Bluth films, and like I haven't watched Rock-a-Doodle or like the Troll from Troll in Central Park and stuff like that in years. And I think those would be some fun ones to go back and watch. Because, you know, sometimes you just watch them like Shrek and you just get better when you get older. Or some of them are just like, wow, this is trash. This is trash. And like those are a couple of them that I think I would love to go back and rewatch. If I could visit a place from a movie, where would that be? My easy answer would just be go to Middle Earth, specifically the Shire. I feel like the Shire would be like the nicest place to go. I wouldn't fit in anything, but you know, it'd be nice. It's a beautiful look. And I'd love to go to New Zealand. Obviously. But I feel like Middle Earth and specifically like the Shire would be one of the best places to check out. That's easy General Shane answer. Now, what's a film that you watched too young? Easy one would be The Godfather, because I have the story. When I was 10 years old, my grandpa made my mom show me The Godfather because it was part of my culture. Couldn't watch Apollonia's Breasts. My mom covered my eyes for that. Sure could watch Sonny get lit up. That's America in a nutshell. Violence, okay. Boobs, not okay. That one definitely. But there's some other ones that I probably watched way too young. But that's my go-to story. So that's a fun one that I always love to tell. And I've definitely said it multiple times on this show. Now, what film experience do you feel like made a legitimate impact on your life? And I feel like watching Perks of Being a Wallflower really deeply penetrated me in an extremely moving way, because it struck a chord with me watching this young man who reminded me a lot of me, and seeing that he found a way to connect, find friends, find somebody who loved him. And it was something that really connected with me in college when I watched that for the first time. And it legitimately opened my eyes to some things and made me feel better about myself and allowed me to fully connect with a character in a film that was very unexpected but extremely moving. And I absolutely loved it. And it was something that really changed my perspective on things. Now, what movie would you turn into a TV series? Another easy one would be The Nice Guys, because I'd totally watch that. But what I would love to see, I feel like a lot of buddy cop movies, like a Lethal Weapon show would have been great, just seeing Murtaugh and Riggs. Maybe dealing with some less, drastic kinds of cases and just, enjoying some, smaller scale crime. And having some fun with it. But, that's why The Nice Guys pop in my head. And, there's all kinds of things that would fit in, those kinds of terms. Now, what is your favorite film romance? And I feel like this has evolved, but, I love Brooklyn so much. And just everything about that film is just beautiful to me. And I'm a huge fan of Saoirse Ronan. And, this film is moving and poignant, and Eilish and Tony are just the most beautiful couple. And I just eat up them falling for each other. And when she tells him, when you tell me I love you, if there is a next time, I'll tell you I love you too. And it's just ugh! Right there. Just, bam. Shot right into the heart. Just that feeling, and just feeling that is just beautiful. And absolutely love their relationship. And my last one is that theoretically I got hired to teach a film class. What films would be in my curriculum? I would love to teach a class on the evolution of science fiction, because science fiction is my go-to genre, and I find it so fascinating where this has transformed over time, starting with Metropolis, something like that, and evolving into Frankenstein, and, getting into the 50s with Forbidden Planet, and stuff like that. And watching 2001: A Space Odyssey and Planet of the Apes. Getting into the 70s with films like Logan's Run and, Star Wars, And 80, and even something like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Going into the 80s with just so many different films and, the expansion there. And what you can do with the genre, mixing it. Because, Ex Machina with the thriller, or, Annihilation with horror, and all the different kinds of things, dystopias, Mad Max, and all kinds of things like that. I would love to take a class on the evolution of science fiction through film, showing them Cronenberg, and just, there's so many rich films with so many great messages and so many great auteurs and filmmakers and artists and writers that have brought these films to life, and I think that would be quite a journey and awesome to see, like, the evolution of science fiction, but also like the technology and the special effects as well. I would be so passionate about that class, so that would definitely be my class. But those are all my answers to these questions that I like to ask all the people that have come on to my show for their third round. So I hope you enjoyed my answers. If you want to chat about any of them, leave it in the comments. And I'm always looking for new people to come onto the show and get interviewed. So I'll definitely be reaching out to some new people soon when I get back from my honeymoon, have some fresh perspectives, fresh guests coming on. But thank you all, as always, for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland Reviewer.